Welcome back, folks. This is the Vigilante Crafter, and you can call me Vigil. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Game's just about getting loaded up here. If my button would work. If I would hit the right one. There we go. Hey, hello, how we doing? Hope everyone's, like I said, hope everyone's having a great day. And what are we gonna do today? So, in the title, it says, you know, we're gonna do a Cleric Potion Brewery Workshop. And it's partially built, so it's not gonna be a super long one, you know, or whatnot, and we're not gonna have any issues, you know, trying to figure out what to build or whatnot, and I've done some planning on that. However, what I wanna do is I wanna talk about that last episode. And now I've completely forgot what I wanted to say about that last episode. I've been put on the spot and I just don't know what to say. So maybe we'll just kind of carry on with this workshop. Maybe not. Let's go down to the basement. Come on, folks. Always got to talk about what's happening in the past, and we talk about the present, and we move on with the future. Fun stuff, fun stuff. So there's the partial build right there. We got this, you know, it's a kind of a, you know, a house build. It's small inside. It really came out really big. It's looked really big to me, but, you know, we're going to get into that in a few minutes here, okay? So let's just go down here. So what I wanted to say is I did some work off camera, and I was working with, you know, our, down here in our, you know, our processing, our employment processing rooms for our villagers. And I've come to the conclusion that I think we're going to have to, you know, get rid of these villagers. Because one, the fortune, you know, the fortune enchantment book that this villager sells, this librarian sells, is it's like 40 emeralds or it's 30 emeralds. I don't know. It's really expensive. Actually, it's this villager right here. My bad. The librarian. And then this guy, I'm telling you right now, I was off camera. I had to be in this area right here for maybe 60 minutes, you know, but let's just say it was a long time going back and forth, placing this lectern down, you know, and trying to, you know, get a, you know, start off with a good enchantment, you know, like a top tier, you know, enchantment books. Well, I've never gotten mending so many times that when I haven't needed it. You know, so that was kind of interesting. A few other items that, you know, were really nice. You know, there was looting 2, and I was tempted. I got that like 3 times, and I was just like, no, I want looting 3. I was being really picky, and really, in the end, what I wanted was sharpness or efficiency, right? So like efficiency 4, efficiency 5, sharpness 4, sharpness 5. That would have been absolutely fabulous. However, never happened. I think I got efficiency 2 one time, or 1 or 3 or something like that, and it was, yeah. So now we have him as a respiration guy, right? He gets his top tier enchantment that he gives us. I got lucky, and as he became a master, I got punch 2, and we do need punch 2. However, I don't need to buy it all the time either, so I'm really contemplating on just kind of, you know, sending these, you know, librarians on to, you know, just to kind of another spot. You know, it's you know, I appreciate them trying. They, you know, they tried. They wanted to, you know, be all they could be, but they just can't cut it. You know, sometimes you get cut. Sometimes you get cut from the team, and that's just the way it goes. You know, unfortunately for them, them being cut from the team is, well, let's just not talk about that. Yeah, let's just not do that. You know, I think them falling into a little pit with lava at the bottom is in their future. So, you know, it was just, it's just so interesting how it took me hours. It wasn't hours, but it was at least an hour or 45 minutes to an hour just to get what I got there. And I finally just took the respiration because that respiration 3 came up several times. So, you know, I don't know if it's, you know, the mechanic or it's just, you know, that's how Minecraft plays. And, you know, everything is random, so I get that. So, you know, it's it's not frustrating that the game is playing like that. It's just kind of frustrating. You know, I spent that much time and it really didn't end up with what I want. And so probably just going to have to start that over, right? You know, and then, you know, to be honest with you, I'm trying to think. I don't think I showed you this. I think this was, let's take a nap first. What we did, and if I did show you this in the last episode, I'm sorry. I took a day off yesterday, so I might be a little off here. But there's the workshop for the cleric. But we have librarians in our library now. And that was fun, kind of, because I just had to do some small adjustments. You know, if I wanted them to walk around and still be safe, I needed to go 3x3 here. So my first mistake is what I did is I brought the mending guy up here, you know, and spot on. He's been a champion, right? He has been a champion. He's learned all he can learn. Now he sells the mending enchantment books, so we really do appreciate him. However, when I brought him up here, he did everything accordingly to the mechanics that I thought he was going to do. Like I busted his bed when he was sleeping, and then he kind of followed the bed around as I placed it further and further, and he walked out through here, and I was absolutely amazed that he was able to pathfind into the house and go back into the bed. The problem is after he went in here, I didn't have the gate and the walls out this far. I had it right here where he's standing. So when I placed the bed down, it was quite funny, actually. I'm just glad he didn't, you know, get hurt. He jumped on the bed and just jumped right over the wall and left. And he's just, he's like, you know, I'm out of here. And I'm like, wow. So kudos to the beginning of the world, you know, and I put these gates up, you know, the fences and the gates, and, you know, just kind of, you know, made a barrier because, you know, he didn't really go off that far. And, you know, that was a testing moment for me, not to, you know, try to get him back or anything. I was patient. I let him do his thing, and he went back into the bed. And after that, I had already had this changed, and so now he's there. And then the other little problem I had was the lectern. They just love to jump on the lectern. It's just for some reason they want to stand on the lectern, and I got a little worried about that. Him getting, you know, there was I had the trap doors here, right? The spruce trap doors here, and I took those off because he was able to kind of jump on those a little bit, kind of get stuck on them, and, you know, I didn't want him to get hurt or anything, so I took those down. And, you know, in the end, I put the lectern here, and then I put this lantern here with chain, so he can't just jump on there. And now he can jump on the bed like he likes to do and not get out, and he's there. He's, you know, so again, you know, folks, this will be a work in progress. I've never really done this with the villagers, and I just, you know, you can put them in a 1x1 or like a 1x2 area, and they're fine, and they'll stay there. But I want some movement from them. I want, you know, I don't want them just all in one little spot, and it's just too mechanical for me, I guess. And yes, I know it's Minecraft, it's a game, but I want to try to make this, you know, feel real in a way, you know, just something different than, you know, you're stuck in that 1x2 area. You get to look at your workstation and then maybe not even look out the opening because we'll have a trapdoor there and cover you up, and you can't do anything. So, you know, is that really effective in, like, say, a villager trading hall with, you know, a large amount of different types of villagers that have professions? Absolutely. You know, don't get me wrong. You know, I've done it before in my worlds that, you know, that aren't part of the channel, but it just, like I said, I want to do something different, and I kind of like I'm moving around. It's interesting, you know. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to show that because that really, you know, I had to change things up so it's not, you know, exactly the same when I started. And, you know, it still looks okay. You know, I took this bush, I put it over here. I had to take the lantern out with the chain and put a book. I know I put a bookcase here and a lantern kind of hanging from a, you know, or just a lantern hanging. You know, it's like right above that bookshelf, which is pretty cool. You know, because what I thought was going to happen is we didn't want him, like, I could have had this, you know, this was gone, but then he can jump on the little corner here and possibly get out. So I was planning there, right? You know, so hopefully I'm right there, and that's why I did that. And then this area I expanded out by 1 block as well, and that came out to here. So then I had to do something about here because this wall was going into nothing, and it just did look choppy and just unacceptable for Vigil's, you know, aesthetic needs. So we made sure we did something here, and you know, and I'm not too sure about this being aesthetically pleasing as well. However, it looks lived in, and there's a look, and I'm not, you know, sometimes I just can't come up those ideas on the fly, you know, and because I'm doing other stuff, you know, trying to expand this, and then I end up with other problems. So I'm just really trying to solve the problem, and then maybe we upgrade, you know, later on. Hence the phrase, a work in progress, folks, a work in progress. So anyway, enough of that. Moving forward. And then, I'm sorry, one more thing that I thought was very, very interesting, and I knew it was going to happen eventually. It hadn't happened, and I was just like, wow, maybe it's not going to happen. But it did. And again, this is not a big deal at all, actually. In fact, it's kind of gave me a couple ideas now, you know. So we have a new guest. It's an iron golem in here, and I guess he decided to spawn in here because, you know, we have villagers there, and somehow there's villager was close by, and I think it's the farm. It's really not that far, you know, far from here, and so I think I was AFK in there, and that's probably what had happened. It's just a thought. I really didn't see it, you know, the iron golem spawn or anything. It just showed up, and that's what happens. And so maybe in the future we can, you know, move him out, or, you know, he can make a sacrifice for the team, and probably just put some carpet in here, because really what happens is these iron golems, they'll spawn. If they have, I believe it's 1 block, that's all they need, and they'll spawn. You know, if it's water, doesn't matter, they'll spawn. They spawn in a lot of different conditions. So you really have to make sure you have some slabs, and I believe they can't spawn on the carpet. And if I'm wrong, please let me know. I really have not confirmed that. I'm really assuming that, but I did do, I have on my tutorial series that, by the way, I do need to continue. I'm a little behind on that, but I need some builds first before I can, you know, show you how to build my builds. So figured I'd build a bunch of builds and then get back to tutorial series. So I have an iron farm in there, and what would happen is, because I'm in that flat world with, you know, not a lot of things around it, he was spawning on the outside of the farm, you know, just, you know, on the grass that I started with. And so I placed down carpets on the left and right side of the rectangular style farm, and it seemed that is working now, because the farm works regardless if it's in creative mode or not. And I've watched it work, and he goes, you know, spawns in the water, goes down into the flames or the lava, and, you know, passes on his donation. So I think what we'll do eventually is just, you know, put some carpet in there, and it'll be fine. Or we could do a very crude iron farm, right? Because we know iron golems spawn there. So if we can do something about him, maybe, you know, moving on to the, you know, the next world, you know, basically dying. I'm just trying to make it sound better. You know, then another one would spawn, and another one, and, you know, and that's not going to be the most efficient iron farm. However, it's a start, because I did go down here to where we're going to put the actual iron farm, and I didn't work on the iron farm, but what I did is I walked around to all the open caves that were dark, and I put torches down to, you know, nerf the, you know, the hostile mob rate down there. And of course I think I went through like 3 stacks of torches, and, you know, in the end I was able to, you know, light up a lot of areas and kind of go exploring it down there. So that's going to help us. That's definitely going to help us, you know, kind of just lighten all that stuff up and whatnot. So anyway, that's sorry about the long talk there. I do like to give updates on what's going on, and that's just, you know, the way it goes. It's good to give updates. And also, sorry, another update. We got Farmer John back again, right? And I don't know why I call him Farmer John. It just sounds good. Farmer John, you know. Farmer John, he's back. We have a farmer now. They're collecting carrots. They're trading. And now this is full of villagers again. We're ready to move over. And that's why I was contemplating on, you know, just probably taking these librarians and having them move on to their next stage in life. Because it'd be a little bit easier, and it just more seems like it's a waste having them up in the library. Because, you know, yeah, Fortune 3, awesome. However, but when I was trying to get, you know, when I was converting him back and forth, like 4 or 5 times I got Fortune 3, and it was cheaper by like several emeralds. So, you know, or, you know, we can also take him, and he could be our first lab rat, quote unquote lab rat for our. You know, so, you know, we want to get him infected and then, you know, cure him. And then, you know, those trades would be, you know, cheaper. So more expensive due to us saving him. And then if we do it again, they go down even lower. So that was something I was contemplating. And, you know, we do need to start off with the villager with that. So maybe we can do something like that. But I'll tell you right now, Respiration 3 guy, no. He just, I'm sorry. You know, the Respiration 3 is, to me, awesome enchantment, right? You'd like to have it. If you don't have that enchantment, then it's like, oh, why do you not have that when you're swimming in water and whatnot? However, I don't consider it a top tier enchantment on my list. You know, top two, you know, top 2 tier, you know, however you want to say that, but it may be second, you know, maybe right behind the top tiers. You know, in the end, it's nice to have it, but you can do what you can do. You know, I don't know if we need to really dedicate a villager and have him as a top tier. You know, we're taking another nap. Vigil is talking way too much. She's taking 2 naps. So anyway, so that's kind of what's going on down there off camera. And folks, I'm doing it. I have scheduled a live stream on my Facebook page. By the way, Vigilante Crafter at Facebook. You know, just go to Facebook, do a search, and you can find it. However, the link is on my channel. Just go to the channel homepage, and you'll see it up in the top right or down in, I believe it's down in the description too as well. So, you know, not tough to get to. But I did schedule a live stream for 8 o'clock, and we're doing it. We're going to live stream, and all that off-camera work I do, I've decided that I'm going to do that on Facebook. So whenever I'm talking about the off-camera stuff, it's going to be, I'm going to segue into, and this is what I did on Facebook. You know, as far as like these episodes will be more like, you know, if it's after episode 45, I'll probably call it 45.5 because it'll be, you know, between episodes, or I'll say between episodes or something like that. It just, and I kind of like that idea because it just, I'm really starting to realize that some of this off-camera work, it would just be nice if it was on camera. You know, even though it's a long, grindy stream, I would have it still. And some of the stuff, it's, you know, it's absolutely epic. Like the last thing I'm going to tell you off camera that happened right before I started my stream. So I wanted to get some different type of blocks for the inside here. So I had to go over to the nether, and I got some basalt, and I got some blackstone, and found some glowstone. And I just kind of took the glowstone because it was available, and there's a lot of it. So we had the silk touch, so I just, you know, took it, and I got one of these. And then I got this from the chest, and I got some nether rack too as well, because what I want to do is I want to use the nether wart and make this that red color, and kind of, you know, use that as some trim, you know, just to kind of make it more cleric-y, you know, because I think what happened, you know, like in real villages in Minecraft, the cleric is hanging out in what we call the you know, the church or whatnot, and you know, and I didn't want to make something like that. I wanted to do, you know, something close, you know. I just didn't want to. It just, you know, I do surf YouTube and kind of, you know, look for ideas and whatnot, and I go other places too as well. But I saw a lot of videos that were just, we made a church for the cleric. We made a church for the cleric, and it wasn't those exact words, but that was the commonality I found. And so I was like, you know what? You know, let's not do a church. If we're going to do a church, we're going to do a church for some, you know, someone else, you know, maybe, you know, a place of worship for, you know, Vigil, so he can, you know, go there and, you know, meditate and hope it helps him not get lost, because one, I got lost in the nether. Literally, it was like within 20 blocks too. After I got the glowstone, I went the wrong direction, and then wow, that's why we started a little late with this episode, because I just couldn't get my way back, and there was a lot of Endermen too, so I was being really careful. But when I was taking out the Blackstone and the Basalt, I chopped an area and lava came spewing out, and I turned around and started running. And this, I really wish I would have caught this on camera, but I was running, and so lava, travels much faster in the Nether, and it completely caught up to me and overwhelmed me. And in the end, I was able to get out of the lava, but I just took too much damage. But I was able to get back to the that tunnel that I built, and so when I did die, everything just kind of dropped right there in the tunnel. So I didn't lose anything. So it was what I'm gonna call a worthless death, meaning nothing happened. I just died. That's all. So, and I really can't remember the last time I died. I mean, it's been a few episodes. I had a nice little streak there. But remember, we ended that streak when I died for the first time. So there's, keeping a streak now makes no sense. So anyway, folks, we're going to step right into it. And as you can tell, I built this house. And please let me know what you think. It's really basic, but I believe we can, do some decorations, change it up a little bit. Just kind of, add some stuff to it. Maybe finish the roof too with this episode. We're, of course, I've talked for 20 minutes, so not that much time left. But those updates are important, and I really feel like, there are some people following this channel, and it's happening, and I would like more, but I'm being patient, and I have communicated too with some people, on YouTube that have other channels and whatnot, and I just. Maybe I'm being a little picky, but I'm being a little picky. I really don't like the sub for sub. I mean, yeah, it gets me a subscriber, but that situation, you really got to trust that other person to actually subscribe. So it doesn't seem natural, and it just more or less, oh, you're going to subscribe and you're never going to be a part of the channel, and thanks for the subscribe. Absolutely, I'm grateful for that. But some of the comments though I'm getting, it's, hey, I'll sub if you sub, and great channel, great content, and I don't know if it's really real, because it doesn't feel like it, because you didn't watch, and. I genuinely, if someone goes like that, I give everyone a legitimate chance. Like, I'll go to the channel and I'll just kind of see the content, and I'm trying to match up with other Minecrafters. There's a few people that I've kind of encountered, and nice channel and all, but they don't play Minecraft. So, can I support them and and subscribe? Yeah, of course I can. But it also seemed like they're just looking for that subscriber, and I don't have any way of knowing if they subscribed, and I kind of do, because obviously there's that word, obviously, don't say that subscriber count will go up, so this is, I really want this to be just truly organic, and none of the spamming type techniques that are used on YouTube, and which I really think, going off to Facebook and doing these in-between episodes I think that's the way to go, and it's going to work out really well. At first it'll be slow, can't expect, to be a huge Minecraft community without, putting in that work, right? You got to put in that work. If you put in that work, boom, community built. So, and generally, it takes about a year. Like 12 months. I mean, no joke. I mean, I've done my research on this, folks. I really have. And it's, to organically grow, it's going to take about a year, unless I come out with the absolutely awesome video of the century, and for some reason it goes viral because there's something in there that everybody likes, or it's just attracts a lot of attention or something, So, that's kind of like, I compare that to winning the lotto. Vigil's never going to win the lotto, so we'll just, keep plucking away and kind of picking and choosing the people we, kind of interact with and whatnot, You know, I'm never rude to these people. It's, you know, that do interact, but, you know, clearly they're just, you know, they're coming on there to make a comment to, you know, get a sub or get a like. And, you know, and that just tells me that these folks, they're dedicated and, you know, they want to monetize. You know, I go to their channel and they don't have 1,000 subscribers. And, you know, that's the only time that's when you can monetize with YouTube, is when you have 1,000 subscribers. So that was, you know, my intention here is, you know, monetization is, you know, I've said this in a couple, you know, a few episodes behind, you know, in the past. It's, monetization is not even on the list at this point. I'm not even like, you know, I want to play Minecraft. You know, if money happens after all the fun, cool. You know, if it doesn't, cool. You know, I want people to watch the videos and, you know, no commercials. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You know, I'm happy about it. So I think that's all that counts in the end. I don't want to sound selfish, but, you know, I'm just doing things, you know, differently. And, you know, one would tell you, well, you're doing it the most difficult way, Vigil. Absolutely, I am. Why? Because, you know, like I said, you know, in real life, you know, I'm not super well off, but I'm taken care of. You know, I got a full-time job and things are okay. And, you know, this is my outlet. You know, once you start putting money into the whole formula, that's when it becomes a job. Then, you know, and I don't want Minecraft to be a job. I want it to be fun and want to build awesome builds and create cool worlds and get a multiplayer server going and, you know, get other people like that, you know. So yeah, you know, multiplayer server, would there be a fee? Yeah, you know, but, you know, it's not going to be anything extraordinary. It's just, you know, it's kind of like you pay your way, right? You know, a few bucks, whatever. It's not gonna, you know, I'm not trying to turn a profit or anything, you know, because, you know, come up with those multiplayer servers and, you know, you want to host it, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna cost a little bit. You know, at the same time, I've looked at the price and it's really not that bad. So, you know, multiplayer server blows up and there's a lot of people, then, you know, hey, I'm probably gonna have to collect $1, you know, because I'm gonna have to increase the, you know, the hosting services so they can handle, you know, tens of people or hundreds of people or how many people are, you know, logging into the server at the same time. So, you know, in the beginning though, I can, you know, host a 5-player to 10-player server. Few bucks a month. I mean, it's really the cost of Realms. You know, Realms is, I think, like $7-8 a month. You know, and I'm at a particular point in my life where, you know, that's affordable and that's fun. You know, sometimes you get to spend a little money to have fun. What's wrong with that, right? So, you know, hopefully, you know, that wasn't, you know, the most boringest talk in the world, because it sounds like it was. But you know, I want to explain myself, and this is the only area that I can explain myself on, right? It's like when I'm live, I can talk, and then it's recorded, and then if someone replays the video, they hear it, and, you know, the word gets spread around, you know. So anyway, here we are. I'm going to take a third nap. So if I'm taking a third nap, that means this episode is about over, folks. Got about 2 more minutes. So I guess I'm glad I pre-built the house, because that's built. Oh, man. Vigil, you're just, you know. So, yeah. So anyway, we died in the nether. You know I talked about that, but I did die, and I got all the stuff back. So that was kind of some excitement, and, you know, and I did put this together too. And I just wanted to get the basics done, because I think the basics are, you know, especially if it's a basic house, you can, I don't want to say it's easy. However, you know, I'll always, you know, I'll put this in, you know, I'm going to put every one of these builds I do in my tutorials. So, you know, it's just to kind of show how I built it, and, you know, so we'll just kind of work with it that way. And I think that's a better way than trying to, you know, be all grindy on these YouTube, you know, streams when, you know, they're, you know, I got a 30-minute limit, you know, give or take a few. So let's get the floor laid down, and then I'll, you know, and I got the blackstone because I wanted the floor to be the blackstone. You know, it's a cleric's house, and I figured, you know, something that looks, you know, not like wood would work. So let's go ahead and just take this out real quick. Yeah, let me know in the comments how you folks feel about the iron golem spawning, right? I mean, that was... I did laugh when I saw him. I was like, you know, That's but again though, that's okay. It's not the the end of this world. Ooh, he spawned there. We can take him out or lure him somewhere else and put some carpets on, and it won't do that again. I figured that was gonna happen anyway. So I'm not gonna make this all blackstone, but for right now I'm gonna make it all blackstone so we can just fill up the area, right? And then we can kind of change it as we go along a little bit, moving forward. And, I didn't show you the cleric, so I do have a cleric now, and he's at master, and so after I lay this floor, we'll go down and check him out, and, that worked out. I was able to do a lot of trades with him, get some emeralds, I did get enough emeralds to buy, I did buy the respiration enchantment book, so I have probably like 3 or 4 of those, and then I did get the punch too. So before I kind of fire these librarians, I want to, pick up a few of the enchanted books first, so that's what I'm doing. And like I said, folks, those particular enchantments, they don't, they're, I can do away with them. I don't necessarily need to have them, once I get about 2 or 3 of them, I can hold on to them, and then, our quest to get some more top tier enchantment books is my goal, so that's what we'll do. And so let's do this. Actually, you know what? I like that. That looks nice. It's a little dark, but, we'll light that up. And I'm not too sure if we're going to stay with the oak. I know there's going to be, oak here, but I might do some patterns, cleric-y type patterns, it's, he is a cleric and he does brew potions, so I kind of want it to be, kind of like how we made the, the enchanting house. We different types of floor and just a little bit different because there's, secret magic going on, right? Secret magic. And I'm still debating if I want 2 clerics or just 1, because there's not really many trades to kind of unlock with them. Once they duplicate pretty well. They're not like librarians where they have several different enchantment books and and it's kind of by chance of what you get. And so I might do 2. I don't know. 1 right now is going to fit perfectly because we are going to put him right here. It'll be a 3x3 block area, and we'll in fact, let's just go get that wall real quick. And what time do we got? All right, we're at 32 minutes, so I can go a few more minutes. Now quickly, people, what was I getting? What did I need to get? Let's get the wall. There we go. Awesome. And then there was something else. Oh boy, Vigil. So we'll just kind of go, a gate. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So he'll be in there, and his workstation block will be there too as well with his bed, and he's gonna be happy. Okay. And that's what we're gonna tell him, and that's what he's gonna tell us, and that's it. All right. He should feel fortunate that there's a roof cover. I do want to come up here though. Like, this is like a kind of like going to be like an attic type area. Maybe you take a ladder up here, and I don't want to add a second floor, but what I do want to do is add some areas where maybe I plant some netherwort, right? Because he does buy netherwort, and I just think that kind of that'll kind of add to the lore of the house, and as well. And we don't got maybe a 2x2 block of dirt, and then netherwort will grow. So that'd be awesome. Nothing to really farm or nothing like that. In downstairs in the basement is the farm basements are down there, so just it'll add for some decoration and get that roof done. And this roof wasn't that bad at all, actually. This was wasn't much of a challenge because I chose some numbers to go with that so I wouldn't have a challenge, unlike the library. So but I still think the library worked out. It's a decent structure. It's fulfilling our needs, and I do like the decorations too as well. And yeah, are they my decorations? Yeah, but I would tell you if I didn't like it. I'm pretty picky. So awesome. So yeah, I'm just talking so much that I keep forgetting what to do. So probably the gate's not that important right now, but we'll put the bed right here, workstation there, have some windows, a window, maybe And I really want to use the stained glass, and the only stained glass I have right now is black, and I think I have some black dye, but maybe go with, we do have some cactus, so we can turn that into green dye and stain the glass green, which I think would be cool. So I do want to put some mossy stuff in here too as well, and maybe go up in the corners on the inside of the house with, you know, kind of like what we did with the library, carry the space, or just kind of go straight up with the cobblestone. Right, the cobblestone, or these bricks here. Not cobblestone, sorry. Stone bricks. It just adds a little bit of variation, and I think it looks good too, so. And, you know, as I look at here, I just trying to, you know, hey, where are we going to put that second cleric? And that's why I don't even know if it's going to happen. But, you know, we could just, you know, put him here and just, you know, put him in a little 1x1 block, you know, right here. He could just stand here forever, never move. Although we could just kind of go straight and just not put a bed in there. I don't think it's a requirement that they sleep. It's good that they sleep, but I don't think it's a requirement. In other words, to, you know, unlock trades and get trades with them and have them replenish and whatnot. So, anyway, folks, let me know in the comments what I forgot, because I know, boy, I said an earload there, and I really want to, you know, there was a couple other things I was going to do, and I totally forgot, and I know I said it too, so I don't want to re-say it again, and you know, just kind of, but yeah, I mean, we're good for right now. We're good. And so, folks, in the end, this is the Cleric Potion Brewery Workshop. So this is a workshop where potions are brewed, and we'll get that villager up here, you know, and he'll be here. And I kind of want to at least do one villager on the live stream. So maybe tomorrow, you know, tomorrow evening when I do the stream, because what I want to do is I want to try to get a half-hour stream in before I go off to Facebook. You know, so. And I do have it planned that way, so we'll kind of see what happens, and we'll just play it by ear too as well, you know. But I think that, you know, maybe, yeah, I think that we should do that. The next item for business should be just, you know, get the cleric in here. He's already a master. There's no reason for him to, you know, hang out down there and occupy a spot that's much needed, by the way. So got a lot of librarian tasks to do, and we need to get that done. So, but I think this is going to look okay, and I like how this Blackstone looks. I mean, it's absolutely amazing looking, and there's a lot of it. So we'll kind of change it up a little bit soon, but it's a good start, and I just want the Blackstone to be part of this palette. You know, we can also do this to kind of, seeing this done, just kind of edge out everything with Blackstone as well. And it actually doesn't look bad. So we don't even have any doors on there yet. So anyway, let's get back into the Vigil's workshop and go ahead and say my goodbyes. Folks, appreciate you chiming in. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate the comments. And, you know, I know I talked about some other comments that are being made, you know, for sub, you know, asking to subscribe and whatnot. However, it's, you know, they did comment, so thank you for those comments. It's just, you know, some of those comments sometimes don't work, you know, so it's, you know, maybe you got to earn those subscriptions, right? Just like, you know, in real life, you got to earn, you know, you got to earn your keep, you got to earn your money, or however you want to say it. It's you know, you got to work hard and have due diligence and keep crafting. All right, folks. You guys be happy, be very, very happy, and just know that Vigil's on it. This world is starting to build up. And you know what? I don't know if I showed you the large house, right? The large house, I built it up, but I think I did. You know, I have to watch my own episodes to find out what I did. I can't remember. That's what happens when I take a day break. But anyway, folks, thank you so much for watching the channel. Really, really appreciate your time. And you know, one thing I'd like is, you know, just share the channel. You never know who might like it, and you know, there is you know, it's you know, doesn't hurt. Share a channel with someone, say, hey, you know, check this out, check this gamer out. He's, you know, kind of doing something different on YouTube. He's not really into, you know, the monetization or anything like that. You know, it's not the priority. So it's, you know, it's PG rated, I would think. And maybe, you know, maybe at times PG-13. I'm not too sure, but actually I am sure. I don't really think I've ever hit PG-13, you know. Maybe when Vigil says the Lord's name in vain, maybe that's PG-13. I do apologize for that sometimes. It's, you know, it does slip. So anyway, see you later, folks. I am rambling on. You know, let's call this, change the title and call this the talking episode, and Vigil can't ever stop. But I think that's a good thing, because in the beginning, like, you know, I didn't talk that much, and now I'm really starting to feel like I get a flow. So the work is happening. This hard work is paying off, and there will be a community, and it's going to be fun, and we're going to be building, and we're going to be building a lot. So thanks, folks. Really appreciate the time. I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Okay, Vigil. What were you trying to do there? You know, perform free speech? You know, I guess you just needed a podium, and you should have just stood at the podium and just talked forever. Come on now, Vigil. Get some episodes, get some excitement in these episodes, my friend.